Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Plots in Darkenhaven. This wonderful, just amazing project that we've been working on for months is finally taking place. Episode 1 went amazingly. Thank you for everybody that came out and hung out with us. Episode 2, we want to make sure that we're giving the love for the people that have backed us and helped us. So, of course, our wonderful friends over there at GUI Cube, who have given us this amazing world that we live in and we play in. The absolute amazing Brina Luna to do all of our artwork for our characters. And, of course, all of our sounds will come from Sirenscape. And our VTT is also through Foundry. So, before we start, just a little introduction to each of our players, and then we'll get into tonight's episode of Plots in Darkenhaven. So to start, we're going to start with the smallest of the group, Dulcinea.
Hello everybody, I'm Dulcinea. I'm a softling from Citrania and artificer, and I like to tinker and make things.
All right. And our rough and tumbly Stammet.
I go by Stam, please, and I'm a Myroon and a Fusilier, and you cross me, I might shoot you.
And finally, for this evening's adventure, Sigsimund.
That's right. I am a paladin, although technically in Zyathe I'm not called a paladin. I would be an Egalitan because I am a paladin of a neutral god. But I am an Oath of Redemption paladin who's just trying to find some peace and help others find peace.
Awesome. And of course, our wonderful guest, Robert, tonight, who will be playing Bowen. Robert, if you would do us just a little favor, give us a little idea of who Bowen is and what Bowen is doing in Darkenhaven.
Well, Bowen is a half-elf ranger. He is not really comfortable being in a city. He doesn't like being around people all that much, but he has had to come here because of some unfortunate circumstances that he's trying to figure out. And he would prefer to be in his woods where he finds solace and peace, and yet he's stuck here in this city. So I think as the game unfolds, you'll learn a little bit more about that. But you're definitely going to find that he's a bit uncomfortable here.
All right. And before we begin, I also want to give just a shout out to Robert, who is also on our Tavern Talks earlier this week. He has 2 amazing books out. One is a Session 0 guide to kind of help you start your campaign, and the other is a NPC track sheet, which has about 100 different small sheets that you can create NPCs for and keep track of those that way. Now, Bowen has arrived here in Beugerton after his brother did not return. He had stopped over at Clydestone's and was informed that his brother Ben never arrived, but that there were folks in the area that, with the little coin that he most likely has at the moment, due to his brother never arriving, might still be willing to help him. So this is where our story begins, is Bowen at the condemned building trying to find out what is going on with his brother. So you walk into this absolutely just tattered building. You see Sigsimund and Stammet in the front room as you walk in.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Oh, how are you?
We got a newcomer.
Not well.
Yes, they never are.
Sorry, Clydestone. He sent me over here. I'm looking for my brother, you see.
I see. Very well. Give us a moment to gather everyone together so that we can hear everything. It's nice to meet you, by the way. My name is Sigsimund.
there's more of you. Oh, more people.
Yes.
Good. Good. Okay.
Stan, could you go find Dulcinea, perhaps, while I
Sure thing.
get... would you care for a cup of tea? I'm sorry, what was your name?
I'm Bowen. Bowen. Yes.
Bowen.
And
Yes.
I'm sure. Tea. Perhaps something stronger, if you have it. Do you have an ale, perhaps?
Yes, there's probably something kicking around. Give me a minute or two. I'll be right back, all right? Make yourself at home.
At home. Yes. No trees.
And I'll shuffle off and find something alcoholic for him.
I'll probably wander over to it if there's a plant or something and just chill by that.
This, you can tell as you walk into this building that it has not seen much care for a while. And though things are finally getting in their own places, there is this just feeling of disorganization. There's no plants currently in this room.
Stay by the door then.
I figure about this time, Dulcinea and I make it back.
All right.
And I see Bowen kind of snooping around.
More so, it seems you notice Bowen very fidgety and sitting close to the door.
You looking for something?
Oh, yes, my brother.
Well, I'm sorry he ain't here. At least I don't see anybody here like you.
Of course not. Clyde Stone, Remo, he sent me over here. He said that there might be some people willing to help track him down.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
That's good. So you're like finders then or something.
I'll make my way back in.
We're kind of
Something
fixers.
like that.
Well, Dulcinea fixes stuff. We just kind of fix situations as a group.
I'll hand him the ale and tell him we help people find peace.
Ale, thank you very much.
Or pieces.
As the case may be.
Oh, goodness, please don't. I hope he's not in pieces. That would be awful. No. He was supposed to come into town and trade with the Clydestones. I hunt, you see, and he was bringing hides and leathers and meat to trade, and I thought he'd be back home days ago, and he hasn't returned.
I see. And what was his name, if I may ask?
Benjamin. Well, I called him Ben, but we're close. He would probably go by Benjamin here.
Benjamin, I don't know that I've heard of him. How long ago was it that he came again? I'm sorry.
Well, Clydestone, Remo, I know him from back in the day, but he told me he never arrived. He never showed up. But he was supposed to come and trade, and that was, days ago. It never takes him more than a day or two to come into town, but that's been 4 or 5 days now.
Is there a place he likes to go eat or drink or something? I mean, it's kind of a long walk. He maybe got parched.
A little early, don't you think, Dulcinea?
Well, he's been supposed to been here a couple of days. It's not early for that.
I mean, I've shared some ale with him, but I don't think he's the kind to disappear into a bottle for that many days.
I see. Was he transporting anything valuable?
Oh, very valuable. Furs and meat and hides. The greatest that the woodland creatures can provide. I mean, I've been trapping them for weeks, and he was bringing quite a large shipment, and yes.
Well,
Why don't
none
we
of
go
us are
talk to Remo?
trackers.
Oh, yeah, I did speak to Remo, and he hadn't seen him, but I mean, maybe you would think of something. I haven't thought of. I really don't like talking to all these people, but he sent me to you. Said you could help.
I know them. Well, I know Nora better, but
They're good people. I've traded with them many times in my life. They're fair, honorable. Him and his wife.
Perhaps Talhallion will know something. Talhallion, are you about? Magistrate?
And strangely, you do feel this just almost cold just pours through the room as a a signal that the undead are floating around,
Uh,
and you see the magistrate kind of appear behind Sigismund.
Jesus, why are you always sneaking up on me? I know that I know you're here. You don't have to pull the whole ghost stick on me, all right? Just please.
What can I help you with?
Well, this is our new friend Bowen, and his brother seems to have gone missing. We're wondering if you knew anything, had heard any rumors in the spirit realm during your ghost tea with ghost investigators.
No, nothing like that. However, you said missing.
Yes.
yes.
Was supposed to go trade with Remo and never showed.
Yes, he was coming into town several days ago. Trade
There he
things
is, the
and
man himself.
Meet Mr.
There
Ghost.
was once, many years ago, where an alchemist known as Popston Coriathus was hunting for a way to create life. And a similar situation happened. People started coming up missing. That was years and years ago.
I mean,
Sounds like necromancy to me.
He's the last person to go missing, as far as when I was alive, was Popston himself.
I mean, was that related? I mean, did your brother have anything to do with alchemy or that sort of thing?
Oh, Bowen was a good lad. Human boy, just my half brother, really. But
There's nothing
I've
wrong with
never known him to
alchemy.
be involved with anything unnatural like that.
It's just a tool. But Paxton, he was, well, this is going to be something coming for me, but he was pretty out there, you know. Did some weird stuff.
And you see him kind of
But
fade just away.
Yep, there he goes. And he
I
always
guess
does that.
he gave us all the information, but
I know.
this guy, I mean, yeah, he was over.
I mean, surely it's. I mean, those two things don't sound related, but maybe they are.
I don't know, but
Nicholas, did you say he owned a shop? Nicholas Marquis, right? Is that right?
That's the Quicken figures.
that's the Quicken figures. No, he had something else. You know, Clydestone's been here a while. Maybe we should let's ask maybe Remo or
Sure.
Zora. Yeah, maybe we should just go ask them. He'd know a little bit better because it's got to have something to do with this if magistrate guy.
That's what I was confused about. That's across the street.
Yes, it's just there.
I actually had Remo do a little bit of work on my cloak a while back. I don't know him very well, but
Great
maybe we
kids.
should go talk to him. Great kids. You know the kids?
Norris always
Right.
over in Rainbow.
I mean, it's a little weird, but you know.
Okay,
Dulcinea's
look at
half kid
me.
herself. Yeah.
Everyone
she's a
assumes
kid.
I'm a kid anyway.
Gonna play it up, why don't you?
I tell you what, Bowen, why don't we go check? You said you had spoken to him, but maybe we can go back and maybe we need to be a little bit more direct with our.
Yes, maybe this
questions.
new information from that strange, transparent man will help.
Yes, he was my best friend when he was alive, so don't worry about him. He's fine.
Right? Just talking to the dead.
And
I mean-
Bo, you would feel this very strangeness of the three of them. The ghost would appear, and other than the blatant just arguing, that Sigismund does with him, the other two seem pretty comfortable that just this random ghost appears.
I've been around a few years. I'm a sophomore. I've seen stranger things.
Right. Well, I suppose talking again with Remo with this, maybe he does know something more. Yeah, let's try. I must find Ben.
Well, at the very least, he could tell us maybe where he'd like to hang out, or if he had any other connections in the city that might be useful.
I don't have much to offer you, but whatever I have is yours.
Don't worry. We're not as concerned about money as just helping people. But if you have something to give, it helps fill our soup pot, you know.
Yes.
But we'll figure that out later. Right now is
It's
not.
always a good thing.
Yeah. Right now is not the time to worry about those things. Let's just go find out what happened to your brother. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You guys head up. So you're heading out to Clydestone's.
Yes. Dulcinea, you know the way. You lead.
Okay.
It's a long walk. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is for
And
me.
we're there.
So as you head out the door, you walk into what is known as Flax and Wagon Alley. And across the street to the left will be Clydestone's. And to the right, the Tap and Tumble, which you saw last episode. Now, Flax and Wagon Alley is known as part of the Steamstanken area of Boerton. So the smell is never really the greatest. But for people who live here, it's kind of gotten used to. And you know that Clydestone has been there for as long as any of you have taken hold of this building. And he seems to do quite a bit of business. So as you walk across the street and walk into Clydestone's, so over here. And who's the first one to walk in?
That would be me.
So as you walk in, immediately you see your friend there. Laura sitting behind the desk, kind of greeting people as they walk in. Oh, hello.
Where's your fox? Well, mainly your pop.
Pop's in the back, just cleaning, readying up a new garment.
You think he'd mind if we step in and have a chat?
Don't see why not. The place is pretty busy right now.
We'll try
Sister's
to keep it to a minimum.
tinkering over in the corner. Mom's in the back.
Okay. Come on, fellas. We'll go talk to
Yeah.
Remo.
I'll walk
The
in,
rest of you will kind of wander in afterwards.
take a deep breath. Ah, smell the leather.
Yes, it is familiar. Good scent.
And you can see there's about a half a dozen people kind of just rummaging through, looking at the garments that are out. Young Gigi is sitting underneath one of the workbenches, fiddling with what looks like a small piece of hide. And Remo is in the back. He's got a large, layered out, heavy garment. And you can see that the leather here, some of it looks natural, but others very tense, very hard. And he's working on a specific piece that would cover pretty much the entire upper body of a human.
I'll pull Bowen back a little bit with me. Bowen, do any of these leathers look familiar? Is this the kind of thing that your brother was trading in?
I've been selling my hides to Remo for years, but he works them and turns them into these pieces of armor and these garments that I wouldn't recognize any
Right,
animal
okay.
after I traded it to what he turns it into.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing. I mean, Remo's been here a long time, but you never know. Things happen to people. I wanted to make sure that you didn't recognize anything, obviously. Okay.
Nothing jumps out at me. No.
And Dulcinea has wandered back towards Remo. Hey, Remo, can we bother you a moment?
Oh, of course. How can I help?
Well, I understand Bowen was here early asking around his brother, but the magistrate gave us some really interesting information, and I was hoping maybe you knew a little bit more since you guys have been here forever. That Pakistan guy, that crazy guy, where did he used to live or work? Do you know?
Talking the crazy alchemist?
Yeah, that guy.
Nuts, tell you. Heard nothing but bad things about that man. We hated having the board right next to him. Weird sounds coming from the house all the time.
So right behind?
Right behind.
Well, that's not far to go.
That's Nicholas Marquise now.
And no way
Wonderful
that had
folk.
something to do with it.
Other than the crying from the new baby, it's great folk.
Do you remember when he went missing? What happened?
Oh. He was messing with some weird stuff. Weird stuff. It's talking about bringing people back to from the dead. Using one day, I swear, we were sitting in here. All of a sudden, we heard a boom. Walked outside, and green smoke was coming out of his windows. Craziness. But that man's
I
been
haven't-
missing for
Well,
probably 20 plus years.
I sure as heck haven't been in Darkenhaven that long. I was still down south.
Hmm.
I don't remember hearing exactly that. I have been serving Darkenhaven for quite some time, but I don't remember. I remembered the rash of missing persons, but I don't specifically remember this one.
This was, if you've lived here in Ugerton, you can see that for a lot of times they like to just slide it by. They don't completely worry about people down here.
No, I understand that. I mean, that's what we're here for. Is we're trying to help out a little bit. Again,
He
it
used to
seems
work a lot in the maze. He'd gather some unsavory folk, and those were normally the ones that went missing.
sure.
And it's
Yeah,
not
lots of those in the
unsavory,
maze.
But if there's a chance that they're connected, we should investigate, right? Look into it. Maybe.
Damn, you think we should be sniffing around the maze? I mean, you and I are down there frequently.
Well, I think we got a pretty good lead here next door.
It's still a little. It concerns me if this is related. If this disappearance today is related to one 20 years ago, it's odd, but it's certainly the only lead that we have. And if it is something that was working 20 years ago and is now working again, that's even more concern. But I suppose,
Seems fishy.
Bowen, that seems to be the only
Well,
lead that we have.
this is where Ben was coming. He was meant to come here anyways.
Sure.
So a building right next door. Perhaps he got turned around or something.
Absolutely.
Could be.
Caught his
And,
interest.
you know, sometimes people get lost in Overton.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of where people go to get lost, or people send other people to get lost.
Sure.
Yes.
It's definitely worth checking, at the very least, because it's an adjacent building.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
You want to
As
go
you
check
are-
it?
You mind if we step out the back door?
Oh, of course. And you see Gigi run up behind Remo and just yank heavily on his side. Hey, what is it? What? And she, without saying anything, kind of squeaks this loud squeak and points. And you watch a gentleman dart out with one of the garments out the front door.
Goodness, a shoplifter.
Hey, let's go.
Get him,
He
Stam!
didn't pay for that.
All right. Well, I'm running.
Damn it! If only I hadn't played that practical joke earlier and put in Savanor to sleep, I could really have put a stop to this pretty quickly.
All right. So as you dart out the front and head into Flashing
Following
Wagon
as
Alley.
fast as I can.
Sigismund is rolling as fast as he is comfortable with.
I'm
not a young
probably
man anymore.
slower than Sig. Oh, okay. I'm not fast.
You're not fast.
Yeah, Sigismund's just over 50, so he's not as young as he once was. He's still there, but
I got short legs.
And you can see as one of the first one of you. Actually, you know what? Let's roll for initiative at this point.
sure.
Make life easier.
Are you rolling that force, James, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'll roll it for you guys.
Okay.
No, make it easier for everybody. All right. So to begin, Bowen, you are actually, since you have stayed kind of to the back as he brushes past you and darts out the door, and you realize this man did not pay for his garment. You're the first one that can get out.
Well, Bowen will move out after this gentleman.
Can you give me a perception check?
You sure can. It is a 10.
10. With a 10, he just curves around the edge of the building as you come out, and you just glance it.
He's making a dash around the building, and with whatever actions I have, I'll just continue in that direction.
Okay. Next, Stamond. Dulcinea, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'll head out the door and try and get a bead on that guy.
All right.
Stop, you varmint, or I'll shoot.
Right. At this point, yep, right there. So yeah, you'd just be just out of reach for him if you just darted around that corner. Full
Can't
run.
catch him, but I can shoot him.
If you wanted to, you could shoot him. Yeah. Would you like to shoot him?
I've given him a warning. I'll hold my action.
All right.
If he moves, he might get a shot in the back.
All right.
Shoot somebody in the butt again.
I missed the butt last time.
Dulcinea,
Okay.
being a little farther into Clydestones, it's going to take you just be getting out the door about the time that.
But I still can get to my 25 feet, right?
Yes.
Stam said, "Freeze, mister." Is he still running?
He doesn't even look back. He's just
Jet.
trying to as much as possible.
Well,
And
we want
then-
him to freeze, so we're going to throw a ray of frost at him.
Okay.
I lift my arm so that the ray of frost can go under it.
Right, roll for Ray of Frost.
I cast Vanish on the GM.
Here we go again. Oh, great.
8.
8.
Everybody
That's a big
dance.
hit.
Everybody dance while James is fixing his camera.
There we go. We're back.
Nobody danced.
The man behind the curtain.
I did. I flew myself behind the curtain for a second. Sorry. I'm back. It's at 8. Yeah, no, you watch as the blast kind of hits the ground next to him. He startles for a second, and he gets even
shoot him,
faster,
Stan.
just running. But you
All
start
right.
to see that he's losing footing.
He's losing footing.
Yep.
Does it look like I need to shoot him, or he's going down?
Give me a perception check.
Let's see. 9 plus perception. That's a 10.
With a 10, it's hard to tell.
All right, I'm shooting.
All right.
I gotta,
Here we go.
get my gun off. All right, that's a 15.
15's gonna hit.
All right, let's do some damage.
This poor guy, he just did a shoplift and now he's getting gunned down in the street.
I didn't get to really shoot much yesterday, so I'm gonna. All right, wow, that's 9 points of damage. I think he might go down.
Yeah, no, he takes the shot. Where are you shooting at?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna aim for the butt.
You shoot him.
Him always shoots for the head.
Well, if he's a human guy, maroon really aren't that big.
Yeah, so you kind of catch him right below, like the right thigh, like right in the right thigh, and he stumbles, tumbles, and slams into a bunch of barrels, just a little ahead, because he's going to do a full dash while getting shot.
You almost shot his dangly bits.
Come on, Siggy!
Did
He's just-
Sigismund get to turn, James, before he goes?
Yes.
Okay, Sigismund is going to run out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to hold an action to rebuke the violent if he makes an attack.
Rebuke the what?
Yeah, I'm going to hold an action in case he makes an attack against someone.
Okay. He just dashes full speed and tumbles and slams into these barrels.
Okay.
And he's just laying on the ground at the moment.
All right. We're still in initiative order, yes?
Yes. Bowen?
Well, I think Bowen will rush up to this gentleman. Move all the way forward, and he's fallen. He's prone.
Yeah, he's prone.
I'll move up and see if I can recover the merchandise.
Okay. You've noticed the merchandise actually is kind of been dropped as he was tumbling and flopping into the barrels. But as you get close to the merchandise, you start to hear this strange hissing sound coming from around those barrels as two bulbously large rats kind of crawl out from behind the barrels.
Oh, look at all the targets. It's a good day.
In that case, I will actually...
And as you get close, on top of that, you also smell just this horrendous stench.
Rats or something, I don't mind putting an arrow in, so I will actually pull my weapon at this point.
Okay.
He pulls a long bow off of his back, and that probably uses all my actions.
All right, and then with the rats adding, we're going to roll initiative again. That puts us at Sigismund.
Now that Sigismund sees that there is someone in danger other than just from his friends, he will actually start to put a little bit more effort in. He will stand there and once again hold an action in case one of the rats attacks.
Yes, I didn't move.
And you can see these as you get closer, Sigismund. You can see that the rats have like pieces of hair missing off of them.
Sure.
They look a little bit more unnatural.
All right. Yes, I will. I will scream at the man who is down. Get away! Get away! I think that they're going to attack you, and whatever we do to you is not going to be as bad as what they do.
Dulcinea?
She's gonna run up as far as she possibly can, which isn't very far. Rats. Ew. I don't like those kind. Maybe she pulls up her little light crossbow. I don't like rats. I don't like them at all. 18.
18 definitely hits.
Four.
4.
And it would have been that one on the left there.
But the rat squeals in pain. You can see its eyes get this deep red as it's trying to hold its composure, but it's also starting to question if it's worth staying around.
Get back, you
Questioning
dirty
his
rat.
life choices.
All right. The shoplifter is going to stand up, kind of hobble close. Oh, he's confused at this point. He's like, he's questioning, do I go after the rat, like run away from the rats? Do I go towards the people? What's happening? And you watch as he kind of slides his body up the side of the wall and starts hobbling towards you. And that rat is going to take a attack of opportunity. And 4 is going to miss. And the other one, a 9 is going to miss. But it is the rat's turn, and it is going to scurry all the way up and go for a nasty bite. Ooh. Four. You watch as the rat latches onto his leg and just rips a piece of skin off.
How much damage
with
did
those
you do?
massive teeth. What's that?
How much damage did he do?
4.
I'm going to, at this point, use my action that I had held to cast Rebuke the Violent as Channel Divinity. And
Okay.
he has to make a Wisdom save, DC 12.
He does, or the rat does?
The rat does.
Rat. Fails with a 10.
Then, as he bites a hold of the shoplifter's leg and does the damage, the radiant light just erupts from the flesh that he's bit, and the rat takes 4 damage as well.
Oof. You watch as some of the skin starts to peel off the rat as the radiant damage just engulfs the rat, and it starts to swell from the pain, as both of them seem to have gotten a little bigger.
I hope these guys don't blow up.
Guys, we need to get them out of there now.
Stammen?
Yeah, I am going to run 25 feet forward, and I'm going to try and go to the left of Dulcinea and Sig.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do that. I don't know how. I got to see my distance, don't I? There we go. I can get right up there. Yep. All right. I'm going to take a shot at the rat that is hanging on to that shoplifter. If there's one thing I hate more than shoplifters, it's rats. There's no place for them on the sea or on land. And you're going to eat whatever this is coming out of my gun right now. All right, that's a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That definitely hits a rat. I have a feeling you're going to blow this rat up.
That's 11 points of damage. Right in the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, you watch as this just completely head goes.
Now
Rat guts
that's a
go
sight for sore
everywhere.
eyes. Yeah.
The rat, it pretty much, I wouldn't say explodes from the fusel blast, but it's there's not much rat left.
I just painted that wall with rat brains.
All right.
But is a fusel blast more like lead
piercing
shot,
damage.
or is it more
It's piercing
like
damage.
it's
Well,
piercing
it depends on the
It sounds
core.
like it would be more like, yeah, so what kind of core is it? Is it lead damage, or is it, like a laser blast or more? Where it cauterizes as it hits.
Well,
Um,
let's-
it-
We'll need to
since
ask Alphinius.
Stamond is our fusilier.
it is considered piercing damage with the starter, kind of the level 1 or level 2 starter core. There's other cores that will deal specific types of damage, but yeah, my core is a piercing damage type.
It's like a railgun. It
Yeah.
uses energy to propel
a giant
things.
giant bolt.
Yeah.
So for our friends that are watching right now that are not connected to the world of GUI Cube, the Fusilier is a class that they have crafted. Stammen, do you want to give kind of a little background on those for a second?
Yeah, so Flowstone is a type of gem that contains magical energy, and a Fusilier uses a Flowstone core to their pistol or rifle, and so they do damage based on that. There's a lot of different types of stones that can, do electricity damage or fire damage or whatever, but most fusils have a regular core with just piercing damage. It's kind of made up of all types of energy. That's at least how I understood it.
Our version
Yeah,
of Gunslinger.
Yeah.
It's a
Yep.
lot of fun. As you can see, he enjoys it quite profusely.
Hydrate.
Well, that was my
Right.
first kill of the week.
Yay!
This rat is going to, since he's on the ground or kind of up against the wall and the closest thing to him, rat's going to try to attack. Oop, that's gonna hit. And you watch as this one jumps up, kind of grabs right next to the neck, and brings those bites, those giant teeth into the neck bone, and the man's eyes kind of go hazy as he just kind of collapses on the wall.
Crime don't pay.
And immediately the rat turns and hisses at all of you as it releases its jaw from the poor shoplifter.
Come on, darling, I got another one left for you.
Bowen, you have now seen some quite graphic things happen here in Flax and Wagon Alley.
Yeah,
But
at least killing animals is something that Bowen's familiar with. So
correct.
he's going to step forward and take aim with his longbow
Okay.
and pull off a shot at the other rat.
All right.
So that's likely a miss. It's an 11 total.
Just about. You almost try to shoot it off of the man, and as you do, it hops away. Just barely misses it. All right, and then we will initiative. Oh. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, so the townfolk is continuing to bleed. So, okay. The rat is going to, after seeing, is going to continue to nibble. So, the rat would not care about the rest of you as it's trying to until something happens. Actually, no, never mind. Because the rat was the one that got blasted by the fusel, he's going to run at Stamond and try to attack.
Step on him, Ziggy.
Does a 19 hit
19 hits.
for 3 points of piercing damage, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
How much did you say? 3?
3.
4? Okay.
Yeah,
All
three,
right. And
three piercing damage.
Constitution save.
Yes, please.
That's an 11.
11 succeeds. But
Yay.
you do feel just this grime come from the teeth as it pulls away from your skin. Sigismund.
Sigismund will look at Stam. Stam, you finish this up. No one dies today. And I'll run past to the down shoplifter. I'll push the rat off of his body and
Okay.
lay on hands and pump 10 points of healing into him.
Okay.
It's going to be
Hey.
okay, friend.
Dulcinea.
Dulcinea is gonna run up. Get off my friend! And smack at it with her sickle.
Oof.
And miss terribly. 3.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh, she's trying to not hit Stam.
Stamp
Well,
pulls
that's
his
true.
foot out of the way.
Very carefully, like a doctor's surgical knife. You're just going to try to, and you're not a doctor, so. You know.
Also, James, you would have gotten an AOO on me.
This is these are considered. They don't have.
Okay, they can't AOO. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they
fine.
can't.
Just didn't want. I didn't want to get smashed later for not telling you.
Nope. I appreciate it. Sigismund.
I think you
Or
know
not
what I'm going to do.
Stamond. Wrong version. Oh goodness.
Yep, I'm going to blast this thing right in the face. Oh, that is a 26.
Okay, since it is
yeah.
since it is in close combat though, you have to roll a disadvantage. Unless the Fusiliers have a feat or a skill that allows them.
Like a point blank.
Yes.
I don't remember anything like that. So
Okay.
Fusel's a magnum.
yeah, that's still an 18.
Yeah, that still hits.
Yeah, all right. I pointed at its little head and do 10 points of damage.
Yeah, once again, this thing explodes into a red paste on the ground.
Yeah, me and rats go way back to my time on the sea, so yeah,
Amber doesn't like rats either.
I don't like rats either.
And
I know what to do with them, though.
Emmond used to bullseye them riding on his horse T-39 back on Tatooine.
And they're not
Yeah.
much bigger than 2 meters.
As you remove the other rat, Sigismund, you can see he starts to come to consciousness. Ugh. What happened?
You made a bad decision, you paid for it. Learn from this, yes?
I mean, I'm just trying to make a little coin.
I'll take the Sigismund will take the thing that he
garment.
stole and kind of kick him in the ass and tell him, go home, find work, do better.
Without questioning this, after getting a second chance of life, the shoplifter is going to do exactly that, stumbling through what seems to be just a massive amount of broken barrels and waste
Rat
that's
guts.
behind, and rat guts,
Rat brains,
behind-
really. I'm a head shooter for rats.
and runs off out away from Flaxen Wagon Alley.
That little interaction made Sigismund more happy than anything he's done in a month. That somebody might actually like change the course of their life and
Maybe we'll
do
find out.
something
Maybe
better.
maybe the shoplifter will return someday.
You sure are an
You
optimist,
can see
Sig.
why the city bothers me so. Everyone thieving, just rabid, filthy rats everywhere.
Don't judge them. They do what they have to eat. Yes, it's
Oh, those were
sometimes
different.
we make bad decisions for good reasons. Sometimes we make bad decisions for bad reasons. The guy could have been an asshole. I don't know, but everybody gets one. Yes.
Siggy, did
Yes.
you happen to ask that guy where those rats, if he noticed where those rats came out of? Because those
Probably
were
from those big barrels over there.
those were not regular rats. There was something weird about them.
I don't think the shoplifter knew about the freaky necromancy rats. I think if he was
This is not-
capable of that sort of thing, he would have done something different in the situation.
The place we were going to go to investigate anyways. Back here.
Oh
Sounds like
yeah,
a plan.
look
Yeah.
at that. Yes.
Perhaps then there is something strange and nefarious that has happened to poor Benjamin.
I'll tuck
Who's the closest one to those barrels?
Well, I just walked up, but Siggy's
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah, I've been there for a
Sigismund and Dulcinea, if you want to roll me a perception check.
Sure.
Or investigation if you're getting really close.
See what? I'm going to try investigation just because
Know what my mods are.
13.
15 on perception.
So as Dulcinea kind of moves a barrel away, you start to see very organic looking material in some of these crates.
Oh shit.
And as you do,
Ew.
Sigismund, you look straight down on the ground where the guy had fallen into the crate, and you can see a human-sized like hand cut off at the wrist just laying out there.
Shit.
Oh, hell no.
Before we move forward, I have a ritual that I need to cast, but
Yeah, you go do your ritual. We'll wait for you.
yes, but we will need to take a small break for me to gather all of the things that I need to cast this spell.
Good thing we don't live far.
Yes, well, no, just a small break here in the alley.
And Sigismund is stating that we need to take a short break.
I will start drawing the circle.
You need me to go get some salt or something?
No, I've
So-
got it all in my pouch, but
Okay.
Due to Twitch
Well-
requiring us to do ads, we're going to take a short break.
Jeff
we're gonna drink.
Bezos is coming for our stream soon.
And we don't want to have you miss any of the story, so we will see you guys all in just a couple minutes.
seeing maps and line of sight with the characters moving is a game changer, literally.
The mind-blowing tech that's built into it, not having to use proprietary things, is great because you can have a 3D printer, you can make your own stuff, you can bring your own things to it, and you can still use it with all the stuff you have at home already, but make it even better.
I've literally tried something with this with just like a TV flat with my computer plugged in, and it was just like such a hassle hiding the map. You just look at this and it's there. It's very awesome.
And for people that are just joining us, they just finished off their battle with two diseased rats and have now discovered that there is pieces of human beings laying within the barrels behind this building.
Yeah, I'm going to, at this point, finish the ritual to cast Divine Sense, and specifically looking for necromancy, that kind of thing, undead presence.
Undead, with the undead presence.
Mhm.
You do feel, you immediately get the sense of undead, but it seems to be. What can you read that spell completely for me?
Absolutely. Give me one moment.
Just want to verify, because I know that some things based off of
Oh, actually, yeah.
buildings
So,
and stuff.
as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your turn, you can sense everything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
Okay. So currently, where you're at, you feel you do not sense anything.
Bowen, I don't know that this is connected to your brother's disappearance, but we're going to have to deal with whatever is going on with these weird rats. You're more than welcome to come with us or stay here.
More concerned about the body parts over there.
Yes, that is a basket full of body parts.
Yeah.
But
Is it possible that Benjamin?
I tell you what, it's going to be hard for you to do that yourself. So, did he have any distinguishing marks, a birthmark, scar, tattoo, anything like that? Then I'll look for you.
I'll look too.
A bracelet. I made it for him out of hemp and leather.
Okay, I will check and see.
He always wore it on his left wrist.
Okay.
So
I'll
is
look
that a
too.
left hand or a right hand?
All right, Bowen, you just step back a ways, and I'll let you know. We'll let you know in a moment. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
You all are getting dirty.
No,
Yeah.
I'm dipping in my sickle and going, nope.
Please, a little more respect, please.
Do you want us to roll anything?
These were people.
Hands in there.
I'll do it. It's fine. War zones are way worse than
If
this.
you,
It'll be fine.
it's more so if you guys want to roll an investigation check. It's more to see how much time it would take you to go through if you're thoroughly going through the barrels of human body parts.
15.
13.
20.
Wow,
Between us-
Dulcinea,
Wow.
you found your element.
Just,
Hey, how often do I get that?
Going
Maybe you built a
through all
machine
of this,
to search it.
you seem to not see anything, and as you dip your sickle in there and pull out a bracelet.
No,
Bowen?
no, you're not doing this. No.
Here. Then you
You're-
take it.
Yes, I'll take it. Stam,
Now
I don't
you
know
didn't
how
show
you
him.
are.
You didn't show him yet.
No,
correct?
I'm not letting her. I'm not letting her
Well,
show it to him because she's
I'm
going to
little
be
and
weird.
he's big, so he can, just stand there and block views.
Well, it's more so Sigismund told him to step back, which then allows
Yes.
you all to dig through without.
Yes.
So.
Stam, how are you with delivering this kind of news? Are you going to be an emotionless monster or
You know me, I'm a charmer, as always.
okay? Yeah, so maybe you also don't talk here, and I'll do it. I've done this for countless people who served.
That's
with me,
probably
okay?
for the best.
All right.
Yeah, we take a little bit different view of things down where I'm from.
That's fine. I'll go over to Bowen. Bowen, unfortunately, we did find your brother's bracelet. And I know that this is.
You haven't let me. I
I
must,
do.
I must
And I'll hand it
see
to him.
for myself. It really is.
I know.
really
I'll
is
hand
big.
it to him.
And I'll look at it and
It looks beat up. It's hard to tell if it is or not. There's no directs because it's covered in just gunk. But it has a very close resemblance.
Sigmund would have done his best to clean it off as best as he could before he handed it to him too.
Does anybody have prestidigitation?
I don't.
You don't have your
We don't have in Savanor. Having in Savanor here would have been way worse than it being nasty, though. So, I think
he
that's
wouldn't
a
have touched
fine
this
trade.
stuff at all.
I'll cast wipe with handkerchief.
He is kind of a princess.
Do the best you can.
Well, I could fix the bracelet for you.
No,
This travesty cannot stand.
I know, and we will find out who did
Whoever
this.
is behind this must pay. And
Yes.
and I would ask that you help me. You
We
have
will.
shown that you are competent in defeating evil.
But
And
listen, Bowen, I know this is awful, but at least we know, yes?
there is more to this story. What happened to him? I need to know.
Okay, we will find out. Let's go around. I don't know. I don't know whether we go in the back here or in the front, but just stay back, okay? And remember that no matter what we find, you can't act rashly. Sometimes we act
Impulsively.
impulsively in a fit of rage, and then things happen that make it worse. So just remember that we will make whoever did this pay one way or the other. Okay?
They will.
They will.
So, how do we figure this out then? Do we have any way of connecting this to the Marquis shop?
Well, it's right out the back. And it probably smells like shit. So, if they haven't complained about it at this point or come to see what's going on, then they probably know about it.
Is there a back door? There is a back door, right, to the Marquis shop.
There.
Right where the barrels are, maybe? Or a window, at least?
Sure.
I mean, they didn't even hide it, did they?
I mean, as
mean-
far as you could, there is a back door. Currently, you can see boards on it. It's kind of been boarded, kind of shut.
Hmm.
But
Um,
and then two
Sigmund-
windows.
Sigmund
Let's go
will
round
go
to the
over.
front.
Or
Oh.
do you want me to open this back door? Because I can get this bitch open.
No, let us confront them. Right in front.
Just-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me
We'll
go
go
in first,
around.
please, just in case. Just in case they come out shooting, is what I'm. You guys can talk. But
Oh,
just,
two can play at that game, huh?
well, yes. I mean, there are more than one Fusels in the world. If that, yes. But yes, let's approach cautiously, and remember that whoever's working the front desk may not know. Okay. I mean, it could
Yeah, I
just be
won't shoot
somebody who works
anybody
there.
on the face until you give me the go-ahead. How's
Okay.
that?
That sounds great.
I mean, if you, of all people, want somebody shot, I know they
Okay.
deserve it.
Okay. Yes. And one thing that you would probably know, Stam, as well, is that the back of, and this isn't something I've shared with the audience, the back of Sigismund's shield is very highly polished, like a mirror, so that he, when he's holding his shield in front of him, he has to look himself in the face whenever he's fighting someone to kind of have that conversation. And one thing that Corey has shared with me is actually been placed magic upon, and I can actually see a lot of times the people who I've killed. I can see their reflections in the mirror of my shield. So taking a life is a very big weight on me because I'm going to be looking at them for a long time. So Sigismund wants to make sure that he kills for good reason. That's why he's a little weird about this.
Right. Let's go do it.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna circle the leather shop and go around to the front of the Marquis
Okay.
shop.
And as you walk to the front of the Marquis shop, you can see that there's boards and barrels of nails and tools kind of outside. And you have been, Stam, you specifically, just being the type of person you are, wandering and stuff like that, you've noticed that they're normally out here during the day working. But due to the brand new child, you don't see them during the evening. And the only thing you've heard over the last few weeks is just the crying baby. So
I think the baby did it.
To be odd, to be sure, but we can't rule anything out at this point.
Thump, 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 right on the door.
Yes.
And it takes a couple minutes, but within just a few minutes, you do see the owner of the house, Joss, step up and says, "Oh, guests.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? We actually live at the condemned building just down the street, and we were wondering about maybe having a sign made."
Oh, of course. How can I, what exactly are you looking for? I need dimensions and...
Maybe we could step inside and speak about
Of
it a
course.
little bit more.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Come in.
Sure.
And he
Guys?
steps outside, and you all step into the marquise.
I want to look on his clothing as he's like turning around and opening stuff and see if there's any evidence of like blood, flecks of blood, or
Yeah, me too.
tissue, that kind of thing.
Okay. You don't seem to notice anything. He seems, other than just wood shavings and wear and tear of working in a sign shop, you don't see any sort of blood or anything like that on him.
Okay.
So, Joss, what do you do with all your trash?
Oh, well, I mean, normally we just take it out back. Throw it in the trash
Isn't
and wait for
isn't
the
that door
these
boarded
sweepers to
up?
come through. Well, I have to carry it all the way around.
Yeah. There's
Well,
some
why
barrels.
don't you just fix the door?
Well, the problem is with the whole construction, we were told that we had to board the door up so that we would keep the sense, the stability, and we haven't unboarded it until the construction was over.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you now.
Seen this before?
Oh, who? What is that?
Who else works in this shop?
Who-
Are you the only one who works here?
Yes,
You're the only person who works here.
I'm the only one that works here. Yes, other than my wife just does the daily stuff around here, and
So then,
our
no,
new
you're not
baby.
the only person who works here.
I'm the only one that works.
Oh, I see. Yes, absolutely.
Hey, now, I think what your wife does is just as important as what you do, even if she
Well-
doesn't get paid for it.
She's the only one who works in the shop. She works in the house,
She works in the house, and I work in the shop.
Okay,
I was just going
Sam
to give you
has
the
a
chance
point.
to clear yourself out there.
he
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Listen, there's some very serious things that you are going to need to answer for. That are going on here.
I'm
Stem,
not
lock
sure
the door.
I understand what you're talking about.
I locked the door.
This bracelet, covered in blood, was found in a box of human appendages and viscera in the back of your shop.
You can just see just the
was
look
my
of
brother's.
like confusion and disgust on his face.
Does
Just
he?
grossed out.
Does that reaction appear genuine? Does he genuinely seem surprised, or is this an act? Can I tell?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, and I'm back
like a
up
10.
beside Sig.
Would you like? You can give me an insight check as well.
That's a 13.
With the 13, you would see that he's very serious about this. This is not him trying to hold a demeanor or anything. He seems genuinely confused by what you're telling him.
Stam, if you're saying that he seems genuine, then we need to speak to his wife.
Haven't heard anything weird going on back there. I mean,
You haven't smelled
somebody-
anything?
Yeah. Oh, and there was these really grotesque rats. I mean,
Yeah.
they were bad.
No.
But Stan shot them.
Has your wife been acting strange?
I mean, no stranger than a woman with a brand new baby.
So she's
Whoa.
walking around
Wait
exhausted
a
all the
minute
time.
now.
Sounds pretty normal to me. I mean,
I mean, she's just very tired and always taking care of the baby. So she's
Where is she right now?
you better hope she's not listening to all of these foot and mouth disease you got going on.
let me go look.
He is not going by himself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, you going with him, Stam? I'll
He
stay
heads
here to
into
guard this door then.
into the bedroom, and you can see in the bedroom there's no one there. The baby is currently in the
Cradle?
cradle. She must have stepped out.
Stam, you want to have a look at that baby?
Yeah, I'm pretty
It's a baby.
suspicious of
We're
this
not
baby.
going any farther than that. It's a baby.
We may have
What
to
did
put
you
this baby
do?
down.
It's probably named Brent.
Yeah, this is Brent's origin story. Holy crap. There's going to be like 2 people that get that joke. And one of them's here.
Though, are you actually getting like close up looking at the baby?
Make sure it's a baby and not a changeling kind of thing.
I mean, I'm a couple feet away. I'm looking down at it like, what did you do? What did you do?
What
He's
did
blaming the
gun at
baby.
it.
you can?
What did you do?
What did
No
you
gun.
do? No, we're not doing that. You walk in, and Joss kind of is very nervous with you getting that close to the baby, but you can kind of you see on there markings of almost like a Bengal tiger across parts of his cheeks and skin.
Like orange and black?
Yeah.
Shit.
What does your baby have some kind of a skin condition?
James,
we
by the
haven't-
way, I'm pretty
no.
sure Divine Sense is still up.
Yeah, you still sense nothing.
Any of you got any medical ability? Sig?
Yes, I have a little bit of
Bowen?
first aid training. I was a soldier for a long time. You pick things up.
Something unusual about this kid here.
Oh no, please don't.
Listen,
Has
I'll take a look.
is this a girl child?
It is a boy.
Boy child?
Yep.
How long has he been like this?
He was born like this.
Does it look like a blood touch, James?
It is.
Yeah, would I know what that is?
Yeah?
I would expect either between you being on the sea as well as
From
being in the
Gloomport?
hold,
Okay.
you would have seen this before.
And Sigsimund is killed a lot of people for doing a lot of things.
Right.
He's gonna know what this
Now,
is
for
too.
people who are unaware, blood touched is the natural connection to magic that the world of Xyathe has, and it's very similar to a DNA connection to magic.
It's a mutation.
It's a mutation. Yeah, I'm trying not to say it's the X-Men of
I didn't. I said it
It's
was
not-
a mutation.
it's not really that
Mutation is a
either.
very normal
Actually,
word.
We don't really know exactly what it is. Only
We don't
him-
know exactly. what it
Alphinius
is.
really is the only one who knows.
But it is
I
a
don't think he knows
connection
either.
to the world
Yeah.
that is at a molecular level, or
Hey,
deeper.
just cause they might have a blood touch doesn't mean they're evil or anything like that.
Oh
We
no,
all
but
know
this thing
that.
is definitely blood touched. But that's not really going to cause the kind of problems that we're seeing with the chopped up human beings.
It's
Yeah,
too
I
little.
think-
It's really
I
why
think
we've just decided not to be very social at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of
Makes
people
sense.
don't see this as
That's fine, but there's still the matter of all the human bodies chopped up in your backyard.
Yes.
So we still are going to need to talk to your
I
wife.
need answers for what has
I mean,
happened
you
to
can
my brother.
you're welcome to look around.
How many rooms are here besides
The-
the bedroom and the shop?
The shop's in the back, and I've got 2 other rooms.
You've heard nothing. You've seen nothing. And people
No.
don't just get chopped into pieces and then thrown in barrels.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, that ain't
Owen.
right.
Owen, breathe. There'll be a time for this later. Right now, we have to get answers, okay?
Yes, we need answers.
Yes. It's okay. Hold on.
Well, let's look around. There must be some proof of
Where's
whatever
your
treachery took
wife,
place.
Joss?
I don't know.
Dulcinea has wandered back into the shop and is checking things out and poking around.
Okay.
And
As
there's
you
this
wander into
very
that
obvious-
shop,
Bowen's
you can
probably gonna be
see
searching
a
too.
very clean, ornate rug that kind of is drooped across the workshop. The whole place is
Covered in
covered
sawdust.
in sawdust and stuff like that, but this one rug is clean.
This is weird.
Which is
Hey, Stam,
Yeah.
can you
I'm
come
right
here
there.
a minute?
Yep.
How close
Um,
are you to that rug?
Just off of it.
Just-
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Just as a note, I'm never going to be more than about 5 feet from Bowen.
Okay.
All right. I'm coming in the door. I see the rug.
yeah. If
Okay,
she's
you're
18.
coming in the
calling
door.
for
You see the
people to
rug.
look at things, I'll definitely head
You-
in that way too.
18.
With an 18,
Mhm.
immediately as you say that, you turn back around as if nothing was there, as if you did not even see the rug.
What was it you said? Come look at this. What am I looking at? Do I,
don't
notice
know.
You notice a rug on the ground that's completely cleaned,
There was
and it's Dulcinea is kind of wandering back towards the front of the
very
house.
confused.
it? What was
very-
it you wanted me to see? This
You don't
rug
remember
here?
at this point.
What rug?
This one right here, with no sawdust on it.
And you
Either he's
just, as
keeping
if
his-
you have never seen that rug before, you're now realizing that there's a rug there.
Huh. I don't remember seeing that before.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that's weird. Why is
What
it so clean? There's nothing on it.
Yep. Hey,
Well-
Joss,
Yes,
what's the story on this rug?
it's a rug.
No.
Yeah, but there ain't no sawdust on it.
So he wanders in and he goes, "That's very strange." And he gets
Yeah.
close. And
I'm going
as
to be
he
real
gets close-
disappointed if there's a murder dungeon under here. I'm not going to lie.
As he gets close, you watch him do very similar to what Dulcinea did. He looks at the rug, kind of drifts off into space for a second, and then wanders back towards you. And
Man, there's definitely a murder dungeon under that rug.
I think so too.
Let us move the rug then.
Yeah, Bowen, you're not going to want to look down there immediately. It's going to be bad. I can feel it.
All right, let's do it.
You're going to shoot the rug. I'll move the rug.
Yeah, I'm ready for whatever's
I
coming
need you to
out.
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Sigismund's been around, and he critical on that, so.
Yeah. You feel the shift in your mind start to
Ah, shit.
happen, and then you look down again and you can see that there's definitely something wrong with this rug.
Joss, I hope that you're not lying to me, man. And I'll flip it back.
Okay, as you roll the rug back, there's a ladder that leads down.
Yep. All right.
And
Siggy,
and
that was some
immediately you
hocus
hear
pocus
him
going on, huh?
Even
Yeah.
state, "Oh, where did that ladder come from?"
That's not good.
All right. So we need to detain Joss just in case, right?
I mean, I haven't done anything.
Well, you got a big
Just a
hole in the
simple
middle of your
sign
story you
maker.
didn't tell us about,
Maybe
But I
he's
didn't
been
know it.
whammied.
I'm
and you got a
confused.
whole bunch of bodies in the back.
Well, I mean, that rug was a little fishy.
Stan, could you tie him up?
No.
Yes. We'll let you
I don't
out
think this is-
momentarily.
I'm a little more suspicious of his wife, because where the hell is she?
I don't know.
I'm going to, at this point, if
Yeah,
he's
she's
still
down
being,
in the murder dungeon.
Yeah. If he's still being weird
We
about
better
us
make
detaining
sure
him,
she's still alive.
I'm going to pull out the partner stone that I have that lets me pardon people from jail to show him that I have influence within the law. Although, I got to be honest, Corey didn't tell me where I got this thing. So, I may or may not actually have any authority, but I can let people go. So I'm just going to kind of flash that. It's going to be okay.
We don't need no stick of badges.
We're going to let you go as soon as we know that you're not some kind of horrible murderer. And that seems fair.
But if my wife's down there, I want to make sure that she's all right.
No, you see, I can't trust you,
want
with
him?
your wife.
You don't want him to come with us?
Not really, because then there'll be two people down there instead of one.
And,
but
and of course, no one to look after your child.
yes,
How about that then? I'll go sit with Nicola, and you all can go down the strange ladder.
Someone needs to stay with him and the kid.
well, not Bowen.
No,
That
I
could
need,
be bad.
I need to
Well-
go down. I need to see if
Yes,
this is an answer. What has happened to poor Ben?
How about if
Bowen-
we just close the
No,
door
I'm
and
not
secure
going
it?
to go anywhere. Just,
okay. I'm kind of
Well,
worried
sit
you're
on-
going to go call the cops now, though, if I'm honest.
What the problem is who am I going to call the cops with if you've told me that my house is covered in?
Well, that's
Human.
true. Listen, Bowen, remember, when we get down there, no matter what you see, if you just start, shooting, we're not going to get any answers, okay?
Sure, that's Stan.
I want.
Yeah, you're not
I
talking to
want
me.
answers. I must find out what has happened.
Okay.
So I will make sure I have
Stan,
answers before I.
That
do
goes
any
for you
shooting.
too. We need them alive so we can talk
Well,
to them.
All right, I've had my fun today, but if I get a chance, I'm taking it. I'm shooting
We
something.
don't
We know.
necessarily need
I've
them
still got
alive.
7
Let's
rounds.
listen to what they've done first. You still got 7 rounds?
As though
Yeah.
there were a
I didn't know if
perfectly
you-
reasonable explanation
We
for
got to get
something
you
like
more
this.
guns.
Makes no.
I do need
No
more
sense.
guns.
And
Okay.
he shuffles off back to the bedroom to sit with Nicola.
Should we maybe put a chair under that door or something so he can't sneak up on us or something?
Put
I can't
something in
stress
front
how
of it.
much I don't want to get snuck up on.
Well,
Okay.
you're assuming that the door opens inward and not outward.
I don't know. Look, if it opens the other way, we'll tie a rope to it and tie a rope to another doorknob in the hallway, and he won't be able to pull it. It's fine. Okay.
Okay,
I tie a good knot. I mean, I used to be on a ship.
Absolutely.
he does.
Um,
You tie a
Let's-
knot on the door. You
Let
don't
me-
hear any sort of shuffling. You watched as Josh sat down on the bed next to Nicola and is extremely confused and extremely worried.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my shield, and I'm
Okay.
assuming there's a candle around here somewhere, right?
There would be candlelight around, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take one of these candles and kind of melt the bottom of another one that's lit, and then just while that wax is still melting, I'm gonna put it on top of my shield, so that it cools and is affixed to my shield a little bit.
You need a light source or something?
Well, now I have a candle on my shield. I should be
Yeah,
good.
I do dancing lights. I
Oh, shit.
wave my hand
Yeah, I
over my
forgot you could
gun
do
and pop some dancing lights out.
Just
that what you
Insavinor never does that when I need light, and I would feel like he would do it. I don't know. It's fine. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate it.
You're
I
welcome.
undervalue you, and I should give you more praise for all that you do around here.
Well, you let me shoot stuff today, so I'm good.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go down first. Bowen, you want to come down second?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I'll go down the creepy ladder in the what is going to be sudden but inevitably a murder dungeon.
All right. And who's going down
Puts
first?
the lotion on.
I'll go down
Siggy.
first. Yeah.
Okay, so Sigismund, as you head down, you can immediately see a very, very old room.
Oh, shit.
A metal door to your left that as you come down the stairs or down the ladder, and you can see that it is slightly ajar. There are bookshelves just splattered against the ground, broken, books everywhere. Seems to be extremely damp. Most of the books look ruined.
Okay.
Nothing down here seems to be of use.
I'm going to, as everyone comes down the ladder, I'm going to give them a hand down and then tell them to shh as they get down. I'm going to wait until everybody gets down. I'm not going to do anything until everyone's here. All right. Let's go in this open door. Okay? Ready? If on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll kick open the door and go inside with my sword and shield up.
Can you roll me a strength check, please?
Sure. You said it was partially ajar, right?
I did. It's more so to see how well you could.
How much rebound you get.
What is my
Metal door.
strength check? Because Sigismund's not as strong as every paladin because he's getting older. But let me see what the exact mod is. You wanted athletics? Oh
No,
no,
strength.
Strength. Just strength. Play strength. It's going to be 15.
With a 15, you kick it open, but it's not like it flies open. This loud, just creak comes from it, and inside you can see more just broken furniture everywhere.
I'm glad Insamber isn't here to see this. He would be having
You
fits
can
about all these
see
books.
a young
happening?
woman standing next to what looks like a giant vat of green coloring.
Go!
I'm going to recast channel or my divine sense.
Oh, immediately you get all sorts
shit.
of the undead feel.
Okay, there's some undead shit going on here. Hey, you! What are you doing over there?
I'm dead.
She doesn't respond, but as you watch, she's kind of up on a ladder, and she's leaning over the vat, and you can see what looks like large something in her hands as she's putting it into the vat.
She doesn't look like obviously pregnant, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to knock the ladder out from under her.
So that sounds
As
like
you-
you're moving up, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
as you
move
as
in
you
right
run in,
behind you and beside you.
you feel immediately the sense that you feel when Tohallan shows up. As you hear this kind of sink into the vat, and then these nasty looking green and blue runes light up around the vat.
Then I'm going to stop when I sense that presence and go, wait, I think there's a ghost here.
And all you hear is, finally, it's complete.
Oh, shit.
She finished it. Oh, we were too late.
I can finally rest.
Josh didn't know what his wife was up to.
He didn't know he had a murder dungeon in his basement. Obviously, he didn't know. All right. I
I
want to
hate it
look.
when this happens.
Really hope
I'm gonna
this isn't like a
ignore
Frank and
her.
Benjamin in there or something.
Yeah.
And you watch
I
as
think we're gonna have to fight something.
she says those last words and then just kind of faints and falls.
Yep.
Hey, Siggy,
I'll run
you
over.
think she was in full use of her faculties?
No, I'll run over and grab her and start
She's
dragging her
covered
away.
in blood.
That's okay. I'll start dragging her away.
Siggy doesn't care.
Okay. As you go to reach for her, out of the corner of your eye, you see two eyes kind of open inside the vat.
That's fine. Stem, shoot, and I'll still keep dragging her away.
All right.
Okay, you're gonna
I'm
drag
shooting
her away.
at that thing. Yep.
Okay. As you shoot, you hear as water pours out, and you can now see what looks like a stitched human being with different body parts placed around the body as this thing comes out of the vat with this giant scream. And we will initiate initiative.
Yuck.
Did I get an attack to do damage on this thing?
No, you broke the vat.
Well, I was aiming for it.
It was really thick glass.
It was really
Okay.
good glass.
All right.
All right.
I think you would have needed the cannon on one of your uncle's ships.
Ah. Apparently, I'm reloading. I'm second to last.
All right. Dulcinea, you are up.
Me? Uh-oh. What the heck is that thing?
Something that needs to die.
I'm staying right where I'm at.
Kill it.
And I'm gonna try. And she
It's an
picks up her
abomination.
crossbow. 24.
24 definitely hits.
Eight. It's a
8.
little crossbow. She's a little person.
All right.
Good.
Sigsimund, now with the fainted lady in your arm or in your hand or pulling away, what do you want to do?
I'll use my movement to get her as far back as I can.
Okay.
So would that be 15 feet?
Yes.
And so I could go maybe one more back, maybe that far-ish.
Okay.
Then I'll
I mean,
drop her.
you could take longer if you wanted to use your full. If you want.
No, because then I am going to use a full movement, but I'm going to get her that far back, and then I'm going to charge it and just hold my shield up. I don't know what you are, but are you responsible for these murders?
That's a yes.
I think it's a yes.
It's hard to convey an incredibly complex plan like this through a series of
Well,
I know some of the generals I served, that's exclusively how they laid out their battle plans.
I know some admirals the same.
And you can see even his face has been, like, different pieces of the face have been sewn on, but what you can see the last portion of is the brain. The head was never fully attached, so it's just the brain matter sitting on the top. And he's going to grab with both arms and slam down on you.
Okay.
Ouch. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
but he's wishing he was playing an agent at Jinx.
No, I actually have health now.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
As he,
That's why I'm standing
you
way
feel
back
like
here.
even parts of the muscle kind of bend and move as it hits. Doesn't seem to hit as hard as it could, but it's still a nice impact.
Okay.
All right, Stamond.
All right. I'm going to shoot and deal this thing some pain.
Okay.
That is a 1922.
22 hits.
And the damage is going to be 6 damage. Now, with my other hand, I pull out a dagger and I throw it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. Just need. And that's going to be 5 damage.
Okay.
This thing takes a beating.
All right. And that brings us to Bowen.
Bowen
Who
is going
has-
to
I
rush.
don't know if you stepped. You can kind of give me your description up to the point of the golem coming to life.
I think basically just in the room observing at the door what had happened.
Okay.
A little bit dumbstruck, but he is going to just kind of step into this central open space
Okay.
over there and yell, what is this thing that has been vilely created? You will pay. I know you have something to do with this, and fire an arrow at the monstrosity.
Okay.
I was just really glad that
So
you
it's a
didn't.
26.
That hits.
I was specifically waiting for you to say it had his brother's face, and I was going to be
Yeah,
really
I
upset.
was kind of thinking that was about to happen too. That is 11 points of damage as an arrow strikes it deep in the chest.
Nice shot.
Well done.
And
Redemption for Benjamin.
redemption. And Stamens back around. And at this point, you hear the cackling of something in the distance as a faded version of Popstein Coriothus kind of appears, similar to how Allan does. He says, "My beautiful, beautiful creation is finally here.
We'll get to
Nothing
you
will
in a
stop
minute.
it. Nothing."
We're gonna try.
All right. I'm going to take another shot.
All right. And I can bring him into visibility as well.
That's 18. 18 to
18
hit.
hits.
Damage. 10 damage.
And damage. At this point, as you fire the second one, you can see him recoil from this one. Where you hit, the stitch kind of starts to unwind for a bit, and the muscle pulses through as the creature looks around and gives out just this nasty roar of pain and anger and anguish, and all of this emotion kind of just pours into all of you. I need each of you to give me wisdom saves.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
24.
20.
Oh, crushed it.
Succeed.
3.
12.
Okay. With the 3 and the 12, all of your attacks for this round will be at disadvantage. So until your
That
next.
sounds lovely.
Posture check.
Oh, yes. I'm slouching a little.
You'll slow.
My chair doesn't have a back, so I can't do much.
All right, Dulcinea.
Okay. So Dulcinea is gonna cast a spell on her weapon, arcane weapon, to channel arcane energy into her crossbow,
All right.
and then she's going to fire said crossbow again.
All right, fire away.
Does a 13 hit?
13 hits.
So it's 9 fire damage.
Oh, okay. With the fire damage, you watch. Where did you shoot it?
Center mass.
Center mass. As it strikes the center of the chest,
Just
the
like I
fire
taught
kind of
ya.
just lights up and almost pours out like oil when if hit with fire, and just flares outward. And the golem immediately starts screaming and patting its chest heavily, trying to avoid and pat out the fire. So okay. Bowen.
Bowen will rinse and repeat, take another shot at this flaming creature,
Okay.
still screaming words of revenge for his brother. That's nat 20. I don't know if you like camera
Hey.
that or whatever.
All right. So just what you're gonna do is you will roll. Just roll your dice twice.
Oh, I got to roll it twice. I'm at disadvantage. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Oh,
And
no.
my other one is, of course, a nat 1.
No!
Oh.
Normally that's me, so I'm feeling a little better.
Lemon blast.
Sad
So
time.
bad.
Of course.
Being that this, I'm going to let you do this, being our guest. Being that you've got your nat 1, and this creature potentially is a piece of your brother, how would that react? Like, what would that reaction look like?
I think probably what a critical fumble would probably look like, especially considering that I'm overwhelmed with emotion right now, is I probably try and take the shot, but move the aim off of the creature at the last second and just sort of drop to the ground weeping, overcome with just anguish.
So you watch as the shot goes wide, hits the ceiling, and kind of falls down behind it, and Bowen collapses there, just sobbing heavily. And that brings us to the golem, who now is going to run at the closest thing it can see, which is Sigsimund still. So I've already rolled my nat 20 for the night, so it should be pretty decent for the rest of the evening. That is 13.
Nope. Back to sad boy assassin hours, James.
You watch as it slams past you and hits the wall behind you, and the baubles and other types of alchemic potions just crash against the wall,
That could be bad.
and a slew of liquid just starts to cover the ground near you. Sigismund, you're up.
East Krail and Coates. It's always something in these situations. And I'll take a swing at him.
Okay.
14 plus 5, 19.
Hits.
And I'm going to smite as well.
Okay.
And I have 3 spell slots. So let's use, I don't know, 3 spell slots.
Get it, Siggy!
To hit them. So that is 6d8. Right? Am I doing that right? 5.
5d8.
5d8. You will find peace in the next life, my people. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 7 is 17, plus 8 is
25.
25, plus 6 is 31. I have one more, right?
I think so.
Plus 4 is 35 points of radiant damage.
Holy cow.
Oh, and then my weapon attack die which is another 6. So 41 points of damage.
And
Holy smite, I think.
how would you like to remove this flesh golem
Yes.
from life?
So at this point, it's not like rage in his face. It's just horror. And he's like, "Don't worry, I will release you from this prison. You have been kept here unjustly, and I will send you to Harmonia's embrace." And then I will slice down, and just like this blinding light, like bursts out of it, and it just vaporizes. It's just gone.
I should have
When
worn my
the light
goggles.
And then Sigsimund will turn to the ghost beside him and go, "You're next."
That's what
As
I was thinking.
You vanquish this flesh golem, and it turns into nothing but dust. You hear a agonizing wail come from the ghost of Popstan Coriathus. Why? Why would you do this to my child?
Because you're a bitch.
What he said.
Without
Agreed.
the weight of his creation being crafted, he can no longer stay in this world as he continues to cry and wail on as he slowly starts to just fade away.
Go on,
Your-
get.
Your child was murdering people.
I slapped that golem so hard his daddy felt it.
Nice work, Sig.
We did it.
Good job, Siggy.
I did
I
4
turn
damage
and-
the whole day before that. It felt good to just like let a little bit of the old hate flow.
She's gonna
Yeah,
hang
yeah.
up her crossbow on her belt and kneel down next to Bowen.
Yeah.
We
I
got
turn
him,
over.
buddy. Your
While
brother's
all
at
this
peace.
is happening, Sigismund, you, out of just the natural occurrence, glance at your shield and no face shows.
Good. I figured. As they're dealing with Bowen, I'm going to go to the woman and put my last 5 points of lay on hands into her.
Okay.
Just in case. I'm not sure. Man, I'm watching the Twitch stream and I tried to drag my mini from there on the playback. That's not how it works. But as I hit her with the 5 points, I'll be, "It's okay, Bowen. Your brother can find peace now."
Yeah.
And
I'm
Emily
over.
comes to
Come with grief.
comes to grasp, her eyes blink. You can see her hair is covered in either vat juice or blood. Her entire garments are covered
Girlfriend
in
took a
blood.
bath.
And she looks in just utter horror as she notices her hands are covered, her body's covered, and just lets out this cry of and scream of confusion and just utter loss.
Sigismund will hug her. "It's okay, little one. It's over now."
What happened? What is all this?
I'm not exactly sure, but it seems like maybe you were possessed by a ghost or something, and it made you do some terrible things, but it's not your fault.
I know your husband maybe doesn't appreciate you like he should, but we've had a word with him, and I think that'll get better now, too.
Not the time, Stam. Not the time.
Always the time.
Maybe it pushed her over the edge. You don't know.
I think the ghost possessing her pushed her over the edge, Stam.
Sigismund, you think that she was unaware of what she did?
So I haven't always worshipped Harmonia. There was a time when I was dedicated to Ridian, and we dealt with things like this pretty frequently. A lot of necromancy. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons I got out of the church. And in almost every case, it was not their fault. They were forced to do things. Now, she may have some memories, and I'll look at her. If the memories come to you, remember it wasn't you. Okay? You were forced into this. These were not your actions. You just have to pay some of the penalties now by the memories. But in time, they will fade and things will get better. And then I'll turn back to Bowen. But I think that she is gone, and I'll one more time divine sense just to make sure.
There is nothing of undead, celestial, nothing.
All traces are gone now. Whatever did this is no more. It was obliterated by the grace of Harmonia. So I think that maybe now everyone can find peace.
You and your friends, you all have seems a strange connection to ghosts and spirits. Do you think that Benjamin's at peace? Do you think that his soul has gone to a happy place?
I don't sense him here, so I think that he's moved on. But the gods keep what happens to us after we leave a secret, because I think if we knew how beautiful it was, none of us would want to stay here. So yes, I think that he's in a better place.
Well,
but I'm just an uneducated, dumb soldier. So perhaps that's someone to speak with, someone a little more learned than myself, but it's what I like to believe.
If you want, we could take you over to God's Ward and you could see some of the priests there. Or I know what my choice would be. I got friends over at the Rainbow. We'll get you a good strong ale.
Well, yes.
I've never really been much for religion other than
if
the
that's
natural
not
order of the world. I do like ale.
And if
really
that's
like
not
being
your
around
speed,
people, but,
and you need someone to talk to, we can take you to the university, and there might be someone there who
No.
can.
No. There's no need for those stuffy scholars.
Well, so there's a special kind of scholar who works there who deals with this sort of thing, with people who've had this kind of trauma.
I think
I've spent many hours with one or two.
better for me would be I said I would give you what I can, and I do have a few fresh venison slabs. Perhaps we could all
Awesome.
share a few ales and a meal in remembrance of Benjamin. And I could tell you stories of running the
I'd
forest
like
with him.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
like stories.
You guys go on ahead. I'm going to stay here and take care of a few things. So
Sure thing, Siggy.
Lots of families need to be contacted, and someone needs to take care of the bodies and get them proper resting places. And I have a few connections in the church that can help me deal with that sort of thing. But I'll join you as soon as we're done here, okay?
Yes.
They don't need my type for long.
Okay. Come on, Bowen. I'll show you where to go if you want to get that ale. Come on, Stan. We're going to go drink.
Maybe a few.
You got it.
As the three of you get out of the underground lab that you found, and Sigsimund takes his turn to head off and deal with the clerical ways that he's been taught. You also unite Emily and Joss back together with Nicola.
I think you'd want to run her warm bath, hot bath. Lots of soap.
Yes, of course. I'm just glad you found her.
She wasn't that far.
She's going to need a lot of special care
Of course.
going forward.
And you all will. You're just down the street, right? I think I've seen you a couple times.
Yeah, the condemned place.
Yep.
Oh. Well, we'll talk more about the sign, and maybe we can work something out.
Maybe. To be honest, there's enough people that come to us with problems without one, so it might be best we don't have one.
Yeah, we don't want to advertise.
I guess
We
we're
couldn't
kind of
handle the burden.
obvious. Word of mouth's working pretty well for us.
But maybe we'll talk about it with some of the other
Maybe
custodians and we'll see.
As you finish your ordeals with the church, Bowen, Stam, and Dulcinea go round up a few rounds
The rainbow.
at the
Where my buddies
rainbow
are.
and find a place to grill the fresh venison that you brought with you. And
Dodson's got it hooked up.
you're welcome to tell a few stories or a story about Benjamin while we wrap up.
I will share with them. Benjamin, he's much younger than me. Human, of course. On my mother's side, we share blood, but he was always a curious lad. He thought I was strange for always sticking to the forest, so I always sent him into town to take care of these sorts of things. I suppose maybe this is on me then. I mean, I was the older one. Maybe I should have been the one dealing with these kinds of things. He did always love learning the bow, and what was great about him is he loved to play hide and seek, and boy, that I thought he could hide from anything, you know. Maybe not everything, maybe not this. I'm sorry, these aren't happy stories. I'm just trying to remember the good parts about him.
They don't need to be happy stories. Just tell us what makes your soul feel better.
And I think I'm happy that we found this bracelet. Something I'm going to cherish for always. And I'll wear it now the way he always used to.
Well, just before I do that, can I take a quick look at it?
Sure. It's a little bit filthy.
It's a little bit frayed. She casts mend on it, and now it's in perfect condition again and hands it back.
It's like new. Perfect.
Be at peace.
I think I'll keep it like this. That way, part of him is always with me.
For the rest of the evening, you continue to tell stories, drink until your bit of feelings have started to subside a bit. And then, of course, Bowen, being more of a comfortable person in the woods, will head off and go his separate ways while the rest of you return, of course, back to the small condemned building that you all reside in. And that, my friends, is where our story ends. Thank you very much for episode 2 of Plots in Darkenhaven. Before we go, though, I would like to say a couple things, and that is to share with you the 2 books that the 2 books that Robert provided for us. The first one, of course,
You may have to turn off your background, James.
Yeah, I might have to. There it is. First one is Session 0. It is the DMG to writing great campaigns in any system. And of course, if I can get this one to work as well. Come on, I can get this. Nope. All right, there it is. The NPC compendium that is literally a book full of places where you can put. Yeah, never mind, that's not working. It's a compendium where you can put NPCs. Robert, I hope you had a wonderful time. We had a great
this was a
time
lot
having
of
you
fun.
here. And stay tuned for next week as episode 3, The Beast of Riverside. Until then, we will see you guys all on Wednesday, hopefully, for Tavern Talks with our special guest, Todd Putman, who is a master at crafting massive terrains for places like Cobalt Fight Club and conventions and such like that. So until then, have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.